Well, since the regular season is over, we are going into the playoff weeks or second round of the playoffs. With this past week, as far as the picks going forward, Ken actually for all the six playoff games had the best record at 5-1. Tie for second was between me and FIFO with 4-2, and then tie for the doghouse was Spike and Shelton. Shelton always picking the favorites. That's why he's gonna be fucking up in these playoffs because it's the playoffs. Hey, Shelton.
Nick, you know what they look like Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts over there.
So Jalen winning.
So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what these how this goes moving forward. But yeah, those are the results for this week. We're going into the divisional round, and we'll start off with. I think this is probably the best divisional round we've had, and I think it makes up for last year because these are some really great games. But let's start off with Houston going to Kansas City. This is a rematch of what happened this season. Most of these games are kind of like rematches as well. It's funny that. But yeah, we got Houston going to Kansas City. Everybody picking Kansas City. Can someone make a? I
would be distraught.
Can you make a case for Houston? Can anybody make a case for Houston?
Hey man,
no, there's no.
Kansas City is 6-0 with this referee crew that's going to be doing this game too. So
that's
enough said right there.
My thing with this, here's the thing I'll say about Houston. I know Doghouse going to talk about hella shit. It's the way they start games. It's kind of like what they said about the Packers too. Like against that Chargers team, if that Chargers team had any sense of offense, that's a blowout in my opinion, and they don't have a chance to come back.
Mm-hmm.
But it's again, we gave credit for D'Amico Ryans. He's done a great job as a first or second year head coach. Been to the playoffs twice, won the division twice, won both games in his wild card round. But my thing is like starting off games, you look at the offense and it doesn't look good at all. Like it looks very stagnant. So against Kansas City all year long has not cracked 30 points. They need to put points on the board. The same way that I said that for Washington to beat Detroit, it's the same way the Texans got to beat Kansas City. You just got to outscore them. Offensively, they have the better weapons. They got the better running back, in my opinion. They got Nico Collins, who's better than any wide receiver they got, even with D-Hop. Obviously, I think I'll give the edge to Kansas City with a tight end because they got a Hall of Famer there, but he's old as well. The Texans got to come out hot. If they only can muster up 7 points in the first half like they did in this past game, they're going to be out of there. And granted, KC has a great defense as well, probably as good, if not better than the Chargers. So we'll see. That's the only case I can make.
The biggest case for the Texans is you're going to have to get Joe Mixon going early. And you're going to have to control that clock. You need to keep Patty on the sidelines. The best way to stop him is keep him on the sidelines. But it's going to be tough.
But KC got the best run game defense, I think. Or
that's what I'm saying. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. You just got to get you got to get him going early, and when you do throw the ball, get the ball out of CJ's hands quickly, and that's your formula: is controlling the clock, keep the game short. You got to shorten this game.
Nick, would you be surprised, even though that the Chiefs have not scored 30 points all year? When I heard that stat, I was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. And they're 15-1. It just don't make no sense. But either way, would you be surprised if they score 40? Like nobody. We're just waiting for that offensive explosion. And you're talking about, damn near, Travis Kelce being old. He has turned it up as the season has gone along. He's older, bro. Like he can't ball out the whole season plus the playoffs no more. But when you needed him, he turned on the light switch, and he don't look like young Kelce. He looked like old Kelce. But he's a guy.
Granted, I agree with that. It's just the same reason also that I picked the Packers over the Philly was that rust. You know what I'm saying? He's an older guy, so it may take him a little bit longer to kind of like get into the rhythm. They haven't played football in what, like
3 weeks?
3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
almost a month.
Like I know, granted, Andy Reid off of bye, they always talk about it, but like if this is the time to get the Chiefs, this is the time to get the Chiefs.
But it won't be the Texans. See, like if we were talking a different AFC team, like if they had to play the Ravens right now, oh shit, I'm gonna pick the Ravens because what you're saying, I don't disagree. But the Texans aren't ready to make that jump against.
Don't tell Doghouse that. Don't tell Doghouse that.
Well, you look. You obviously picked the Chiefs.
I'm going. You know what I say, FIFA. When in doubt, pick the better quarterback.
Okay. But is this even a doubt? Anybody else had a doubt in this matchup?
The doubt that I have is rust. I don't know how rusty
doubt.
Kansas City is coming.
I'm not worried about that.
Nah, they good.
Because we're talking about veterans. We're not talking like
all.
young veterans, right? Like, guys 2-3 years in. Now we're talking. How many years Pat Mahomes? Pat Mahomes damn near 30 now, bro. Like Pat Mahomes has been playing almost a decade.
If this is close in the third or fourth quarter, I will be shocked.
Well, they games. That's on the thing.
Their games been close anyway this year.
All year.
But it's the
I
playoffs.
agree.
So
Yep,
it's
y'all
the
are
playoffs,
right. I understand what y'all saying. They've been doing the same thing all throughout the season. Close games. If this is close in the third or fourth quarter, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, it's playoffs, so it shouldn't be close.
All right. Up next, we have this is another Saturday night game. We have Washington going into Detroit. B may be watching this game. Sheldon, I don't know. He may be trying to lie to us saying that
he's watching this game, Nick.
Oh, somebody pick Washington.
There you go, Nick.
Crazy.
Nick.
Lou, I'm a gambling man. You know what I'm saying? I've been sipping all night. I'm pushing my chips in on the Jaden Daniels hype trade.
I'm with you though. Dude.
I don't want to. I hate picking this because I fuck with B. And I want Detroit to do well, but I'm just going off of that, bro. Ken, that defense, granted, everybody think the defense is cleared up because of what they did to the Vikings. When we looked at that game, if you watched the all 22, Sam Darnold had 3 touchdowns that he missed up that I don't think Jaden Daniels gonna miss. You know what I'm saying? So I don't trust this defense. They've lost more players than anybody on their defense as the season has gone along. And the Washington Commanders have gained more confidence as the season's gone along. They have a perfect mix of young talent and vets. I don't expect this to be. The only way I see them winning is a shootout. But obviously, Jaden Daniels is a rookie, so I don't know what can happen. But I'm pushing my chips on Jaden Daniels just because this seems like a magical year for the Commanders, and I don't trust that Detroit defense.
They have
against a running quarterback at that too.
They have nothing to lose. So they play with house money.
My thing is this: we saw what Aaron Glenn did the last week against Sam Darnold, and I'm not saying that is what you do against Jaden Daniels, but it's hard for me to believe that the team that has looked as dominant as the Lions, that have won in a myriad of ways throughout the season, that they're going to lose to this Commander team. You know what I'm saying? Like I just. In my head, it don't play out that way. Now, I everything you said, Nick, I agree. Like, this is a magical season. If they win, can they win? Yes, because they are that explosive. And I think they could put up 40 points up against damn near anybody. But the way the Lions are playing, the way that the city is behind them, it's just too much momentum that is not football related. You know what I'm saying? That I don't see the Commanders overcoming it.
I agree with people. I think the Lions will win just based off everything that I've seen this season, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jaden Daniels did his fucking thing in this game and won this for them. I wouldn't be shocked. It's not a thing that would shock me, but I do think the Lions have a better team, a better coach, a better overall team, and they will win this game. But if Jaden Daniels came out and did this thing, I would be elated to see that.
Ken, what you think? You over here pondering on some shit. I don't know if you think so.
I'm not, man. Motown, bro. I'm going with Detroit. I'm supporting my boy B. And yeah, I think it might end for Washington. I mean, they struggled against the Bucs, and you can say the Bucs have a better defense. I wouldn't disagree, but they're gonna have to put numbers on the board. The Commanders can do that too, but it's gonna be if it turns into a shootout, I'm going with the Lions over a rookie.
You don't think Goff gonna get back to golfing?
No. He knows his offense. He knows his offense
too well.
Okay.
The Sunday games, probably the best games of the week for the playoffs. We got the Los Angeles Rams going on the road to Philly. They go into the Link. And people, what did I say? What did I say earlier, bro? When in doubt,
LA picks.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
When in doubt, go with the better quarterback, bro. Again, I'm Team Sean McVay, bro. That's where I'm gonna leave it at. And Matthew Stafford throwing darts, bro.
Yeah.
And again, losing what's his name, the linebacker that they had Philly
Kobe
lost.
Dean.
Yeah, they losing him, and then seeing how just off the Philly offense still looks, even with Saquon. Granted, the best thing they can do is run the ball, but if LA just focuses on, my thing is like with LA, they just gotta run, they gotta stack the box. Let Jaden Hurts, like, let's play. I know it sounds crazy playing one-on-one or whatever, because that's what they do.
That's insane.
But if you
AJ Brown had 100 yards on him last game.
That was last game. That's
right.
regular
Saquon
season.
had 255.
Right.
I'm just saying. Well, that's the thing. If you limit Saquon and make Jalen, to me, Jalen Hurts has to throw the ball. That's how you win the game.
He did it in the last game.
He did, and you're playing outside.
That's what I'm saying. You have to force, because outside favors the Eagles.
No. I'm talking about you. Yeah, you playing in the elements, which LA ain't got to come in the cold.
LA ain't scared.
Nick, they're not. Super Bowl winning quarterback, Super Bowl winning coach. I thought about this only because of the injury to Kobe Dean. I even went back and looked at game film, from the last matchup. I saw that Saquon had 2 70-yard runs, that really helped them win this game. But I also saw Jalen put up some passing yards on him too. And I think that whatever book AJ Brown was reading, it's going to manifest itself on the field. So, and yeah, Stafford looks great, but this Rams offense struggled down the stretch of the regular season.
Well, I agree with that to a certain extent, but that defense has turned up. At the end, they've allowed 10 points or less over the last few weeks. Like, this defense ain't playing around either. And these are against some teams that have like high power players, high power offenses. So I'm going off of who's the better head coach, Lou? Who's the better quarterback?
Nick Sirianni.
Okay.
I was McVay. McVay is the best head coach.
Who's the better quarterback? Stafford easily. They both are Super Bowl winning. Yeah, they both are Super Bowl winning.
Yeah, but the Eagles have the better roster.
Yeah, you look at everything on that roster. It's not even close.
Shelton, we've seen playoff games where the best team don't win.
They're not playing up to their potential, Ken. And that's the issue that I have with the Eagles, and that's the reason why I picked the Rams. The Eagles are not playing up to their potential.
They had two backup quarterbacks come in and still won.
The Eagles should have demolished in that last. They should have won like 45-12.
Jalen was rusty.
Fuck out of here with all
he
that.
He missed 2
games. He been rusty for
his
whole
career. Fuck that. Spike his whole career. We know he's not a passer.
That nigga been rusty.
Ken,
he's not but he also knows the offense, and
he can do whatever they need him to do,
and he'll take off running whenever he needs to.
But
he hasn't been.
Whenever they need points, he puts.
You co-signing with him, Ken, and you're making it seem like this bullshit that he's floating is good. He's not good as far as whatever his career he's been doing. Like, no, Jalen has been subpar for all of his career. And do we expect him to be able to win being subpar against somebody like
Spike
Stafford?
No, Spike. Let me ask you a question. Have we not seen quarterbacks win Super Bowls and advance far in the playoffs in the past when everything else is around them good?
Yes,
why can't it happen?
I don't think Jalen Hurts can do that. I don't think he can do that.
He's
playing a better quarterback, a better coach, and I don't think that he's going to be able to overcome that.
This team is better, bro.
Lou, didn't he beat the same quarterback and coach last time with players that were healthy
in the regular season?
My thing is this. The last thing
on the road too.
Before we get to the next game, no disrespect, but LA's playing with fire in their belly. You know what I'm saying? they got the whole state behind them. So they got
this some 9/11 shit, Nick.
Yeah, this is some motivation shit where it's like, nah, nigga, we not going home without the dub. You know what I'm saying? Like Philly playing. To me, Philly is uninterested until the Super Bowl or like NFC title game. They just going to be coasting until they get to that point. And then that's when I feel like they're trying to turn it on because they feel like they are that good enough talent wise that they just going to beat teams just doing whatever. That's why you got AJ Brown. That's why you got AJ Brown just sitting on the bench reading a book because he can give a fuck.
The only reason I feel y'all with what you're saying. I'm not going to trip too hard off that, but when you look at Philly's fire, they got the same fire. And I'm gonna tell you where you can see it. If you go back and watch that game and watching them boys hitting for Fangio, them dudes trying to take people out. And you saw how many of them players went down for Green Bay. Them wasn't false injuries. Those was I'm gonna knock your ass out injuries. And that's the type of football Philly's playing. They're playing some hard-nosed, tough football. And Fangio gonna have that defense ready. They're gonna be all over them dudes, man. And they hitting hard.
Because all them Packers that got hurt was all on clean hits.
Yeah, it was all hits.
It was all on clean hits.
Yeah, those were not fluke injuries. They was hitting. That was like, I'm gonna knock your ass out. And that was just a tough team manning up. And then another thing too is the Rams. What's their title? Higbee was the leading receiver in the last game. He went to the hospital after that game with chest injuries, which people aren't talking about. And he was the leading receiver in that game, by the way. And they lost their top corner with a hamstring. So they're coming into it a little banged up, which, you can be the next man up, but still they got a few injuries to deal with as well. So it's looking, Philly has won.
Well, last
which
game,
is a big one though. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Doc, you got something to say?
Let me say something real quick. Jalen Hurts.
Doc here?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts has yet to really beat a quarterback in the playoffs, like a quarterback of like Matthew Stafford stature. Like he beat Daniel Jones, and they had nobody against San Fran when he went to the Super Bowl. And the year before that, he played Tom Brady, and he looked good in that game. So this would be his chance, his opportunity to at least go against like a real competing quarterback and show that he had that caliber. If he loses this game, it's over.
Yeah. I can't wait. Thank you, Doc.
I got you.
But we got
wait to see how this play out.
Well, the team is far better now this time around too.
Yeah, and Lou, we don't. You will have time to watch because Dallas will be nowhere in sight. So you ain't got nothing but time.
Moving on.
Dallas ain't got shit to do with this.
But that is a good point.
Moving on to the last, and we're gonna talk about Dallas next week. Moving on to the last game, we have we have the Baltimore Ravens going against the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. Obviously, you can see this is a black podcast.
This is we all black though.
We black on this, on this game.
Nobody would have been able to say I'm rooting for Josh Allen in this game.
I will say this. This to me is like how we talked about, similar to the Vikings in their regular season. And I'm not saying that based off their quarterback because we know Josh Allen is great. I'm saying it's about the team overall. This Bills team is really a flawed team, if we're gonna be honest, defensively, because they got busted 30. The one thing that they're weakest against is the pass and the run. Denver Broncos,
everything, ain't it?
I was gonna say what? I was gonna say, as I said it, as you can know, I'm drinking, so bear with me. But I'm just saying, like that Denver's game, they was moving the ball, running the ball. So with what's his name? Some random ass niggas that you ain't give a fuck about.
Yeah,
you put Derrick Henry back there. We already seen this is gonna be Back to the Future Part 2, Ken. Like, they about to have a lot of stuff. Marty McFly's running through the whole thing. I don't see how the Bills defense covers Lamar or Derrick Henry. Granted, Zay Flowers may or not play. Either way, they proved last game that doesn't matter. I honestly don't think this is close, bro. I think this is another 28-14 type of game.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I think this is gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be fun to watch. This is gonna be this like watching the Super Bowl to me, because these teams, man, you got the two MVPs going at it. Like this is your MVP matchup.
We only saying that because of the name. We're not saying that because of the game.
The only reason I'm saying the niggas because you got two quarterbacks.
This is going to be one of the. I feel like one of the most memorable matchups that we've had amongst these two QBs, and the reason because we're black, all of us chose Lamar Jackson is we want him to win. It's like boxing matchup. I know Nick, you listen to Bo Monty Jones is talking about all of the
this big fight.
Yeah, this is a fight. It's like when the Mexicans fight the black people, like we rooting for the black people. It ain't no racist shit they got to do with any of this. It's just we hope that Lamar Jackson is going to do his thing in the sense of how we see him as a quarterback.
Luke,
I think
I was gonna say, Lou, I'll say this to you, bro, because we watched this fight together last time I was in Atlanta. You know what this remind me of? Bud Crawford, Earl Spence.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
I got you, Nick. Yeah.
Everybody came in gassing something the other nigga, and then we said
because I was
right.
wrong.
I don't think it's gonna be that, but I agree with your point.
No one thought it was gonna be that, Lou, until we
Nobody did.
Nah,
Nobody did to that bell rung.
And I hope it's not that. I hope it's
Nick,
not that. Though.
it's definitely not going to be that because here's the thing, right? And Nick knows where this line of wording that I'm going to use comes from. If Josh Allen and the Bills win this game, it's because they earned everything. Nothing's going to be given, right? I think this is going to definitely be a shootout. Josh Allen is doing the most in the league with the least amount of help that there is, and that's his case for MVP. Lamar's case for MVP is, well, I won 2 of them, and I'm playing even better than I was back then. So how the hell can I not win the MVP? And we have 2 juggernauts playing at the tip top of their game. But if Josh is going to win it, he's going to have to earn it. You know, it's not going to be given to him. He's going to have to play damn near a perfect game. He's going to have to throw 3, 4, 5 touchdowns. He's going to have to run for like 80-some yards. Like, he's going to literally have to put on the cape and be like, I am better than everybody else on this field. But we know on the other side, there's a guy that can literally match him with everything that he does. So this is going to be a heavyweight match. I think this is going to be arguably even better than the Super Bowl, in my opinion, from the fireworks that we see.
Yeah.
So we hyping the fuck out of this game, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, y'all really are.
Nick, the only reason I'm saying that is because
stop that, Ken. Everybody is hyping the fuck out of this game.
Because we've seen it. We've seen like the Bills play excellent this past Sunday. I mean, even though it was, Denver. I mean, they still look good, and
they always play excellent because they always have
the game. But regardless of what y'all are saying, this is the game everybody is tuning into.
Yeah, you got 100. Yeah, regardless, it's the
Sunday,
2 MVPs.
This is the game that everybody wants them to pay attention to.
Yeah,
because amongst quarterbacks. Hold on real quick, Shut
up.
Amongst quarterbacks, who's playing better than them 2?
Nobody. They are the MVPs.
This
is 1 and 2.
This is Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson.
That's 100%. That's a good comp.
100%.
This is again.
That's
what I'm saying. Because I don't understand how y'all saying this when we literally, Shelton, you keep bringing up regular season, right? In the regular season, we see this team get dusted.
Yeah,
and then on top of that
ain't got shit to do with it. This is the most important game for both of these dudes' careers.
Listen, when the reason why Josh Allen is even in the MVP race is because everybody coming into the season said he has nobody that he got on that roster. Even though James Cook is a good running back, they said he throwing at nobodies. He got to do everything. So you're telling me that a team like that going against a team like the Ravens, who basically got everything that you would want, except maybe a top 1 wide receiver, but they don't need it. You think this is going to be a close game?
I ain't saying
whoever loses this game, the quarterback going to ask questions to answer.
Like how people are looking at this game, it's damn near like 85 Lakers versus Celtics, Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson. The black people are rooting for Lamar Jackson. The white people are rooting for I don't even know his name.
Hey, y'all know how you know how crazy it would be.
That's how it's happening.
You know how crazy it would be though if Washington and Philly and Baltimore and Kansas City win. You know the significance of that. You'd have 3.5 black quarterbacks playing for the Super Bowl. That would be amazing.
3.5 is crazy.
Yeah, 3.5.
No, but to the point of what Nick and Ken are saying, like people look at this like black versus white.
Yeah, that's fine. Again, that's why I said this game is only hype out off of name, not game. If you look at these rosters, bro,
it's name and game.
Why are you saying you don't? Because why are you saying you don't think it's
because how are we going to talk about the Rams and Philly and that basically being like, oh yeah, Philly's heavily favored because they got the better roster, even though
fuck them.
No, I'm just saying, like, how can we say make logic sense with that game and then look at this game based off of roster alone? We're picking so many Ravens before we get to the Bills outside of quarterback.
The Bills got a better record.
Go ahead, Shredder.
No, I was just gonna say the Bills got a better record though. That's the only thing. So you got to look at it that way too. So when
they play head to head. That don't matter if we play head to head.
It was earlier on, but go ahead. What you say, Ken?
So was the Eagles Rams game early on in the season, nigga. You still
didn't the Bills beat the Ravens?
They did. No, the Ravens beat the Bills 35-10.
Okay,
but that was in week 5.
Different, Ken. Don't try to slide it in there, Ken. Like it's the same thing.
That was week
different.
5.
This is like Muhammad Ali versus Jack Dempsey.
Yeah, the Eagles beat
white
Rams.
versus black.
Eagles beat the Rams in week 11. Nick.
Okay,
like this
so
is
who
white
thinks
versus
that this
black.
is going to be a blowout
for this?
in favor of the Ravens? Who believes? You think it's going to be a blowout?
I think it's going to be 20. I think at 28-14.
I got the Ravens, but no blowout.
Nah, they're going to score more than that. Both teams going to score more than that.
28-14 at best.
This is going to be a high-scoring game, I think.
We said that earlier this season too, Sheldon, when they played. How that turned out.
I say 28-34 Ravens.